Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about top 10 traditional ice cream flavors you've probably never heard of. Number 1 is Salmon Berry. Salmon Berry is the least interesting thing about a katak, sometimes spelled acute uke, a frozen treat from Alaska. A katak is a native Alaskan word that simply means to stir. Generally, it's made by whipping animal fats by hand and adding sea mammal oil and snow or water until the mixture achieves a silky, fluffy texture. The fat is often from caribou, bear, or musk ox, while the oil is from seals or whales. Modern versions use Crisco and olive oil. Non-natives have referred to it as Eskimo ice cream. Blood, meat, and fish eggs have all been added to a katak. When it comes to sweet additions, two favorites are blueberry and salmon berry. Number 2 is cardamom. Cardamom, like tamarind, grows in pods. The pods may be used whole or ground, or the seeds may be extracted and then ground. Green cardamom is suitable for use in sweet and savory dishes, while black cardamom is considered too overwhelming and smoky for desserts. In the US, it may be best known as one of the warming spices featured in chai tea, famously sold in latte form by Starbucks. India is the largest producer of cardamom, the so-called queen of spices. It is frequently used to flavor Indian ice cream called kulfi. Pistachio, saffron, and Rosa Water are also used. Much of kulfi's flavor comes from simmering the milk for hours before freezing it to create notes of caramelization. Number 3 is brown bread. Bread may not sound like an appetizing ice cream flavor, but keep reading. Irish brown bread is known as a quick bread because it is risen with a combination of baking soda and buttermilk instead of yeast. Rather than waiting for the bread to rise or proof, it can be quickly assembled and baked. Quick breads have a dense texture. The addition of baking soda is why Irish brown bread is commonly known as soda bread. It is often eaten with butter or cheese. Number 4 is black sesame. Black sesame ice cream is to Asia what vanilla ice cream is to the United States. When ground, the sesame seeds become creamy. They add a charcoal color and a rich, nutty flavor to ice cream and other dishes. The depth and complexity of black sesame seeds can also be compared to dark chocolate or coffee, flavors which are enlivened by toasting the seeds before using them. In Japan, black sesame seeds are ground and combined with honey to make a paste called nirigoma. This paste can be found in some international markets or specialty stores. Number 5 is tamarind. Tamarind may not be considered the prettiest of fruits, but what it lacks in appearance, it makes up for in flavor. It grows in long, lumpy pods and bears a sticky brown pulp. 6. However, that pulp has a delicious sweet and sour flavor that is used in cuisine all around the world in dishes both sweet and savory. One well-known application in U.S. households is as an ingredient in Lee and Perrins Worcestershire sauce. It's also a fairly common ingredient in barbecue sauces. Number 6 is ube. Ube is a root vegetable, aka yam or sweet potato, that is vibrant purple in color and sweet in flavor. In the Philippines, ube is used in all manner of desserts, including cakes, cookies, and ice cream. Like lucuma, it imparts both flavor and color as an ingredient. Ube also makes frequent appearances in another frozen treat, the traditional Filipino shaved ice dessert known as halo-halo. Halo-halo is a mixture of ice, evaporated milk, and a rainbow of toppings. Number 7 is Rosa Water. Floral flavors are not very popular in the US these days, where flowers generally conjure thoughts of perfume rather than delicious treats. It hasn't always been that way, though. In the very first American cookbook, Amelia Simmons's American Cookery, 1796, Rosa Water appears in recipes for pound cake, gingerbread, and apple pie. It was a popular flavoring before vanilla was king. Rosa Water is exactly what it sounds like, a liquid made by distilling rose petals with steam. Abroad, it is an exceedingly common flavoring to this day and can be found in countless international sweets, from Turkish baklava to Indian lassi to Persian ice cream. Number 8 is Kinako. Kinako means yellow flower in Japanese, but this unassuming name belies a uniquely delicious ingredient. Kanaka is a fine, sand-colored powder made from roasted soybeans and used primarily in Japan to give a toasty, nutty flavor to pastries and sweets. Sometimes, it is used throughout a confection. Other times, it is simply dusted on top as a finishing touch, as is often the case with ice cream 3, and sometimes shaved ice. Kanaka pairs well with vanilla, banana, brown sugar, and nuts. Kanaka isn't the least bit strange in Japan, where it is said to have preceded sugar. Anyone who knows of Japan's love of Kit Kats and their insane array of flavors won't be surprised to learn that Kanaka has been featured in numerous varieties of the candy as well. Number 9 is Mastic. Mastic is an ancient Greek ingredient, a plant resin that is sold in the form of small crystals. These crystals can be crushed into a powder and used to flavor pastries, puddings, ice cream, and more. Like pretty much every other item on this list, it can be used in both savory and sweet dishes. The powder is mixed with salt for savory dishes and sugar for sweet dishes. Mastic is said to be an acquired taste that is similar to pine needles, something most people, at least Americans, associate more with car air fresheners than with food. Number 10 is lucuma. Lucuma is a subtropical fruit which originated in the Andes and is now grown primarily in Peru and Chile. Depictions of lucuma on pottery date back to pre-Inca times. Lucuma has thin, brownish-green or yellowish-green skin and bright yellow flesh with 1 to 5 large, brown seeds that resemble the pit of an avocado. It is sometimes called egg fruit 1. Because the flesh has the color of a raw egg yolk and the texture of a hard-boiled egg yolk. Rather than tasting fruity, its flavor is likened to maple or butterscotch. While lucuma can be used in a number of ways, it is commonly found as an ice cream flavor in Peru. Though actual figures don't exist, some claim that it is the most popular ice cream flavor of all in Peru, surpassing standbys like chocolate and vanilla.